There's a guilty pleasure in reading about daring heists. But we only ever see them in the movies. Now, for the first time ever, you will witness a gang of real criminal masterminds attempting to pull off the perfect crime. You're about to meet the most dastardly criminal minds ever recruited. First, the boss of the gang. A former gangster and friend of the Krays, this man has convictions for GBH and drug smuggling. Today he's reformed and works in music industry management. His name, Joey Pyle.
I'm a firm believer that crime doesn't pay, but the hours are good. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference.
Next, one of Britain's most prolific armed robbers. He emptied bank vaults and security vans. Terry Smith has escaped from prison and was once Britain's most wanted man. Today, he's also reformed and is an author. But Terry hasn't forgotten his expertise.
You got me? I've always been the sort of physical, hands-on, take it from your face, fuck you and I'll go.
Meet Matthew Bevan. He has no criminal convictions. But as a teenager, he sparked an international crisis.
I met up with this community of hackers, and it was kind of like, well, what can you do? And I was like, wait, I can do this with this telephone system, and I can do that there, and I can do this. And they're like, wow, that's brilliant.
Last Friday, a computer hacker, who was said to have broken into the American Air Force computer system, walked free from a London court after the prosecution decided it wasn't in the public interest to pursue the case.
In Berlin, we found Arno Funkel. These days, he's a satirical cartoonist, but he used to be an extortionist. He planted bombs in department stores, timed to go off when no one was around, and then demanded huge ransoms. Now, collecting this money wasn't easy, but Arno devised some rather brilliant gadgets and devices to outwit the authorities.
In the beginning, I make a plan, and after I finish the plan, I change my thinking, to the other side, to the side of the police.
And finally, a former gentleman thief. This man may seem like an innocent window shopper, but he was once a notorious cat burglar. Peter Scott stole over £40 million worth of diamonds, fur coats and paintings. Nicknamed the Human Fly, he was a regular visitor to movie stars' bedrooms.
I've carried out one or two very beautiful robberies, absolutely beautiful, immaculate.
That's the gang. Each week they'll be unleashed on unsuspecting targets. But they won't be breaking the law, because we've obtained permission from some major institutions willing to have their security tested. This week their target is a painting, a modern-day masterpiece. It's The View from the Bandstand, painted by Andrew Gifford, one of Britain's most collectible artists. The painting will be exhibited for just 4 days in this building, situated in the heart of Islington, North London. It's sandwiched between Upper Street and, round the back, Liverpool Road. The Business Design Centre prides itself on its security. All the doors are alarmed and all the windows are barred. Even the roof is made of solid steel and is impregnable. Guards patrol the building 24 hours a day, and the whole place is protected by state-of-the-art surveillance equipment. But just across the road, the gang are already carrying out their own surveillance from a top-floor room opposite their target.
This is going to be a very difficult one. There is 24-hour guard on it. And this is Mr. Scott's right up his street, isn't it?
Yes, Peter.
The
This
best
is one for you,
robber.
mate. This is one for you.
Famous artist?
It's by Andrew Gifford. All right, that's it there. It's called A View from the Bandstand.
Yes, it's a beautiful painting. Really beautiful painting, yes, yes. But if it comes to one of those coups where you have to cut it out of the frame, that takes time. In the men, they're very valuable paintings, and I have been naughty enough to have stolen a number of them. I have always done it in the hurry up. We've got to locate the target and go boop and out. I don't see this removing this painting, unless it's got some very special protection, as a major obstacle to us. I think we've got the expertise between us to take it out in a pram.
Well, my way is I want to look at what security they've got in there, see if maybe the security guards radioed up, see if there's a way to subvert those door alarms.
Maybe we have a stall inside the exhibition, so we show our own paintings. So we are the part of all the people there, and so nobody care about that.
I mean, possibly. I don't know if we'd be allowed to do it, but we could ram the back doors, go through, put a few wedges in the doors so the guards can't get to us, and take it in front of them.
I would be surprised if you were in a position to do a smash and grab, and that would be a bit, in my opinion, heavy-handed.
It becomes clear that Joey Pyle will have to choose between the different approaches of these men. But the meeting ends with him telling each of them to case the joint and then report back.
It will go on show on the 14th.
Yeah.
And it will be moved on the 18th.
So we've got a short window then of opportunity.
We've got 4 days to get it out there.
Inside the Business Design Centre is where the London Art Fair will take place. The painting will be somewhere here, in the main hall. This will be divided into a maze of 92 different gallery sections with over £40 million worth of art on display. It'll be open to the public for 4 days, and a deal has been struck with this man, Peter Glenshaw. He's in overall charge of security here. He knows that a heist will be attempted, but he's promised not to tell any of his security guards.
It's in our best interest not to have told them, because it's a good exercise for us to find out, to make sure that we are as tight as I believe we are. So we've kept it completely confidential, and by doing so, I think we'll find out exactly where we're at this moment in time.
He's confident enough to do this because he knows his security is excellent.
We've got a brilliant track record, actually, second to none. We make sure we know who's arriving, car registrations, we do bag checks. Once everybody else has gone home, we lock the doors, ensure that the whole building's locked down, but we still have people patrolling throughout the night and then again throughout the day. And then on top of that, we've obviously got the CCTV as well. A bit like Fort Knox in a way. I don't think it's easy at all. If they get away with it, good on them, because obviously it's a tough job. But at the same time, I'm quietly confident that we will catch them. Yeah.
But he doesn't know who he's up against. There are 24 hours to go until the painting arrives in the building. The criminals have been given hidden cameras because they're about to case the joint. Each will use different tactics to gain access. Peter Scott is first up. His plan is to use the gift of the gab and blag his way straight past the front desk.
I haven't been here since it was the old Royal Agricultural Hall, and that shows you how long ago that was, doesn't it? Oh God, nothing is the same. I've probably got a PhD in larceny, and one of the very important facets of that PhD is studying buildings and architecture. I can't resist looking up to see what the progress chart would be moving along that roof. It's inherent in my mind that I'm always looking for escape routes.
Arno Funke is looking for opportunities to intercept the painting when it arrives or leaves the exhibition. He checks out the loading bay.
If I have to steal a painting, I think it's easier if you use the confusion before the exhibition starts. So many people there, they don't know each other. They don't realize that the painting is gone.
Matthew Bevan is looking at the electronic security. which is of course his speciality. In this case, he decides to phone ahead, posing as a PR agent.
That's Nicholas Galley.
Hello, Nick. Hi, it's Max here. I had a sort of floating appointment with Colette.
They give him a guided tour.
Go upstairs, you get a better view of the whole building from there.
Terry Smith, the former armed robber, has come incognito. He's looking for places to hide and exit points.
There is a few cupboards, cleaning cupboards, might have Yale locks on them. I might be able to get him, look at one of them and you know, and open one of them up, have a look and think, well, we could hide in there that night. I get a feel the ambience, the atmosphere of the place, and I get good vibes or bad vibes, and I need to get in there and to feel comfortable.
Terry realizes the problem isn't getting into the business design centre, but getting out again carrying the painting.
So we've just come across the road now to look at exit A. Them two double doors over there, they've got new hinges on, so they're definitely in use as an emergency exit. Inside there is alarm on it, and but once we come through the doors, we put the car here. Look, nice car over here, outside number 40. It's a one-way street. Nothing's going to come and block you in. It'll be late at night or whatever time of day. Even now, look at it, it's dead. Come and look at it. It's dead. It's a villain's paradise. This is, I think.
The next day, the preparations for the art fair are in full swing.
Away, baby, let's go!
Hello, mate. How are you, all right? See you for a while.
It's a nervous time for Peter Clenshaw. He knows that as soon as the painting arrives in the building, the criminal team could strike at any time. In fact, the gang have already been picked up by the CCTV, but how can he know that? He doesn't know what they look like. Until they make an attempt on the painting, they have the absolute camouflage of being just members of the public.
We want to be free to do what we want to do.
And here's the painting. It's being carried by gallery owner John Martin. He's the only other person in the building who knows a heist is being planned. He's so determined not to lose it, he considered swapping it for a replica and bolting it to the wall of his gallery section. But we've insisted he takes no abnormal precautions.
Either they're going to steal this picture without saying a word, silently, or one person is going to try and distract me, and I'm aware of that. That goes on the whole time. Anyone in a gallery or a shop is aware of this. It's a large painting, and trying to get one of those things out through the front door is going to be very difficult. I mean, I don't know how many. There must be 10, 15 security guards down there. They're checking handbags, so they're not going to get a big 3-foot square painting through the door. I don't think it's any chance.
With just 2 days to go until the art fair starts, the criminals still don't have any concrete plan. They report back to Joey Pyle on what they've seen.
It's like a massive football pitch, and I think the actual fair is going to be in the middle, yeah? But around the side, there's offices and shops, and some of them are ready to let to someone else. Now, we could key it off, get inside there, hide in there all night, lock it behind us.
They'll only have one security guy in there per night.
That's right.
They can't have more than one in there, just for paintings.
There's going to be a vast amount of stuff in this exhibition. I would think you're going to see half a dozen security men in there at night. That's my opinion, Joe.
Just walking around there?
Well, they won't be walking around. They're making prescribed trips on the hour, on the half hour. But I suspect that this is a hard coup. I have never been in a building of this particular capacity or geographical makeup. Most of the buildings that I've borrowed paintings from have been very elderly and very friendly buildings. I personally think this is hard.
It seems all the gang have a different view, which leaves Joey with a dilemma.
I'm listening to the plans to get the right one. Someone's got to do that. Otherwise, they'll all be fighting each other. It's like, this plan, that plan, you know what I mean? When they all agree on the same plan, then I say, right, go ahead and do it. I like the idea of your one of finding a place to stash away overnight. I also like the idea of your one, the loading bay. And really and true, that's about the only two deals we've got here.
I've got another plan. Uniforms, 2 of us. Yeah. Max on over 'em. White shirt, black tie, to shoot that on, you know. With the hats, moody hats. Go in the toilets, take the uniform, take the Max off. Security uniform underneath, security the badges on the thing, the moody radio. Get the peak cap out, put that on, walk straight up to the stand, put a soul sticker on the painting, white gloves, take it off, put it in a sleeve and walk out with it.
My security guard don't know the other. Could be started that day.
I would say, though, that they have got they do class themselves as a security team.
Tell you what we could do, though.
Look, this is... Sorry to interrupt. There's something here. This is an exhibitor's manual. This is what the people who got their paintings in there have to fill out, all the security, everything. And there's some really interesting stuff on here.
Matthew's research provides a breakthrough.
Do you know exactly where the stand is at the moment?
Well, it's just got this map here, Peter.
Yes.
And
where do you think it is?
This Andrew Gifford's got his paintings on stand 46.
Yes.
46 is on the edge. It's brilliant. It's right on the edge, only in the middle of it. You know, it's right near an exit.
The gang has worked out that the painting will be near the edge of the main hall, and therefore near some exit points.
Well, if there are direct exits there, we're talking in terms of a very short distance to play the rascal. No, we've got to say it all. We've got to say it all. That's giving me a little bit more confidence than I had.
The meeting ends with the decision to go and see the painting in situ before deciding upon the final plan. The gang seems to be guided by Peter. They sense his expertise is the most useful. And of course they're absolutely right. If you dig into his background, you find that he's been doing these kind of jobs for over 50 years. There seemed to be no building the human fly couldn't break into, and no safe he couldn't crack. This footage is from a feature film based on his escapades. But even as the film was in the cinemas, the real Peter was out robbing the rich and famous. Sophia Loren was one of his victims.
There was a big ruby necklace and a sapphire necklace with sapphire earrings and sapphire ring with diamonds. And there was this emeralds necklace with diamond earrings and a diamond ring, and this one 3 striped pearls.
In my mind, when I'm sitting on my own in my little bunker, I often think of the things I've done. What you've got, whether you're General Rommel or me, or you've got your memories. You sit, and my memories, very often in my mind, I plan things. I think, well, I could have done this, I could have done that. But I do not think in realistic terms. I've been virtually out of crime now for 18 years. And I'm not really very interested in it. But it keeps coming back like the sea. And you get it lashing up round you, the tide at most unexpected moments. And there's nothing you can do about it.
It's the opening night.
Thanks. How's Jackson? He's very well, actually. Is he? Very well. He's very friendly.
The painting's still there. With 4,000 art lovers in the building, trying to steal it tonight might be a bit too brazen, even for our gang.
Can you do me one then, darling, please?
Sorry?
Do you want one then, please?
Peter and Terry are here to have a discreet look. The artist and gallery owner have no idea that predators are circling so close. While Peter admires the painting, Terry sets off to explore the outer limits. Terry has found a window that catches his attention. It's at the back of the building, not far from where the painting is on display.
Here's one. Yeah.
Oh dear. And those bars don't stop you coming. Don't stop you.
Aye, but we have to leave them open. I can screw it, look. Take it right. You okay?
Well, I'm a bit warm. It's terribly warm now.
Too much for
I'm
me.
at that age where I'm not a great
Too much for you.
Let me sit in the stairs here.
Sit now.
Phil.
I'll get you another drink if you want.
Phil. You find the answer? There can be no easier answer than that. Oh, this is nonsense.
They have found a loophole in the security. The window is set back from the road and is in a CCTV blind spot. It's also the only one in the whole building that has safety bars to stop people falling out rather than bars to stop people getting in. The big question now is who should go through the window.
Well done, boy. You found the best possible exit.
Yeah.
They will.
Do you know what I could do, don't you?
I do not think they will be envisaging us putting paintings out of windows. That window is the place it's got to go out.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
No, never mind, yeah. It's quick, it's right on the doorstep.
Because an athletic guy could go out that top window and drop down. We can't now.
Oh, no, yeah, but he'd let it get up here. Obviously, I'm a bit lumbered with the ladder, aren't I, because of my leg.
The German, to my mind, the German is livelier than he looks.
Yeah.
I don't think a young Welshman's...
He's not up to it.
He's not front-handed.
He's good for the technology, but not for a bit of villainy.
Not for a bit of...
But he's up for it, I think, the crap. Do you want another drink? You want one of them?
You're a diamond of a man.
I'll go and get one. Stay there.
I tell you what. Your head's screwed on, son.
I'll look after you.
This young man, on his own, went and found this, and I got to say, like a top-class thief, he had it all worked out before I arrived.
Where the window is, you couldn't ask for a better place for the painting to be.
Yes.
It's right on top of the window, more or less. This here is the floor plan of the building, yeah? Now, our window is in the corner, which is...
Where's the front entrance?
The front entrance is here.
So it's down on this corner here?
It's at the bottom of that corner, yeah. But the rear. That's Liverpool Road there.
Yep.
Right? That's the window.
Yep.
Our painting is about there.
If it's like that and you've been in there, then that's one you've got to go for.
We can
go in as
early hours of the morning.
As visitors?
No, put the ladder up, window cleaning, yeah, bucket. It's a bit early in the morning, because they work early in the morning, don't they? Up against the window, open the window. Arnold, we've voted Arnold to do this bit. Arnold will, he will just walk round with a boiler suit on, like he looks like a cleaner or a maintenance man working here. Walk straight round, pick the painting up, come straight round to us, down the ladder and gone. Now, what the problem we've got, Joe, is the windows are locked on the inside. And this is the lock that they're using, right? I've got this one this morning so we can demonstrate. Now, what I want to do, I want to go tomorrow night and cut these bolts.
So
I'd say they're fitting like that.
Oh, just they're fitting, yeah.
They're fitting like that. I'm going to cut
down the bottom.
Down, so it looks like it's locked still, but it ain't. See? Now, the only danger is, do security check all these locks at the end of the night. Now, what I was going to suggest is sitting there from 9 o'clock through till 4 in the morning and make sure they don't check the window. To make sure he's safe, because his one's going in there and it ain't on top.
Well, you know,
we've got the element of surprise.
It might bring it on top, though, by sitting out there in a van.
Good point.
If you're sitting out there in a van all night, it could bring it on top of you. I've read about 5.
Yeah.
5 in the morning, 5 to 8 then just go and do it straight in there.
I want me and Arnold to go there tomorrow so I can show him the painting, the window, so he's got it on his head, exactly how far he's got to go.
Terry will show it to you tomorrow. He'll show you. He'll show you what painting you've got to take off the wall.
If you had one of those hand gramophones, play some of Wagner's stimulating music. Play the Flight of the Valkyries, and you're going up the ladder.
By the time you go up that ladder, if it goes to plan, by the time you go up that ladder, and that window opens as we expect it to open, with the bolts gone. By the time you step foot on that ladder, and up there, get it, you'll be in there within 2 minutes, maximum.
Yeah.
It is not an Olympic task, but it is formidable. You know, you understand. You've got to have your testicles well tied up and
balls well tied, so they don't bang or make a noise.
Peter would have loved to have been the man up the ladder, but his legs have gone these days. It turns out that even in his prime, things weren't quite as rosy as one might imagine. He married 4 glamorous women, who all eventually left him, and spells in prison began to take their toll. Beneath the champagne lifestyle was a Walter Mitty character living in a fantasy world. But what makes Peter like this?
It's like asking the lunatic, why is he a lunatic? Because the lunatic doesn't know. No, nor does the Walter Mitty man know. He just knows that he wants to be Napoleon one day, and he rather fancies being Nelson Mandela the next. It's all a series of mental fantasies that you develop, and you want to live them out. In my case, of course, I was a victim of the late 30s cinema, and I was always Jesse James. I was never the FBI or anything like that.
It's the evening of the second day of the art fair. Tonight, our criminals will attempt the heist. We're on board with Arno Funke. He's heading in to cut the bolts on the window. Up ahead of him, the man in the black mac is Terry. He's smuggled in an electric bolt cropper, but it will be noisy.
No, you can go there.
First, they must check the coast is clear. Terry and Arno have heard something upstairs. They go up to check it out. It's a security guard on his break.
The toilet here? No?
You need to go down here. Here, and walk down the hall.
Yeah.
And turn right.
Okay, thank you.
They quickly come up with a plan B. They just undo the bolts. And walk away.
Is that you, Joe? Yeah. Joe, it's Terry. What's happened? We went over there and we went and checked the window. It's on the middle floor. On the top floor, there's a security guy reading paper there. He was there for over an hour. So we've gone for a walk for an hour and gone back, and he's still there. We don't know what's going on. We couldn't do anything. It's too noisy. He'd have been right on it. But what we have done is opened the bolts and the windows. So we've undone the bolts. Do we go ahead tonight as planned, or...? We'll go at night. If the window's open, then we go for it, and if it ain't open, we'll swallow.
Anybody see the ladder going up there?
All right then, see you then. You get these problems when you're doing crimes, and you just got to accept them and move on. I mean, it might be nothing, but it just... I'm looking at... I've got 2 pictures, if you like. The other day it was bright and sunny. Now it's dark and cloudy and very it's very morose and depressing. But having said that, Arnold's the man who's got to make, you know, he's the man. What do you think, Arnold?
It's hard to say.
With 2 days of the art fair already gone, Peter Clenshaw is in an interesting psychological position. He knows that his security is about to be put to the test, but doesn't know how. In fact, the criminals have found a loophole by discovering the window, and it's in a CCTV blind spot. Although they have not yet conquered Peter Clenshaw's last line of defense, his security guards. The guards patrol the window area approximately every 12 minutes. The gallery area every 5 minutes. The criminals may also have to contend with the cars and pedestrians that pass along Liverpool Road throughout the night. And there is the question of whether the bolts on the window are still undone. At just after 5 in the morning, the heist is about to begin.
This one, yeah? You be okay? Yeah. Go on. No, listen. Do this one.
The bolts on the window are no longer undone.
No, it's closed.
Give me a go. Okay.
It's closed.
Hold on.
Terry decides to try to force it.
Hold that. In you go on. Read that. Just get the ladders. Can you get the ladders? Can you manage? Got them? You okay? I'm fine. You get it on. Come on, got it. Right, come in then. Let's go. Driver, go.
Well done.
I'm painting.
What's she got? Hey, what's you got there? Well done, boy. Yes, well done. Look at that, look.
There's the man, it's the
Let me have a
star.
look. Go on, Ollie. That is the one. Oh, no, that's the one, boys. We got it.
Arno, you were magnificent.
So that was well done, Arno.
Oh, yeah.
Well done, Terry, and well done, Peter. Well done. They're keeping all right from. No, the old job was done good, wasn't it?
Sweet, go on. Sweet.
Sweet?
Say,
Sweet.
It went sweet.
Went sweet?
Sweet.
It went sweet? Okay.
Sweet is good.
The gang's celebrations may be premature. Their next challenge will be to cash in on their heist, and finding a buyer for a stolen work of art is really hard. Word spreads quickly, and no reputable dealer will touch it. So the gang's only other option is to claim a reward for its return from the insurance company. To do that, they will have to deal with this man, one of the most feared loss adjusters in the business. Mark Dalrymple will do everything in his power to get the painting back. He begins his investigation by cross-examining the gallery owner.
John Martin, it's Mark Dalrymple.
Hello.
Hello.
Not much to show you apart from an empty wall.
Quite.
The painting's sold, so I have to now...
Oh, it was sold?
Yeah, it's already been
was
sold.
it?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, the first night we sold all but one of Andrew's pictures.
Have you? Yeah. Have you? So you've covered your costs?
For doing the...
For doing the fair?
Mm-hmm.
It's a genuine, honest loss, from your perspective.
Mm.
It's a sensitive issue, but I'm asking you the question, obviously, because I need to be reasonably satisfied that this picture didn't suddenly mysteriously go missing because you're not doing too well in your business. If you understand what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Therefore, I need to check a number of other things with you, but I'll probably put a reward advertisement up and we'll publish it in places like the Antiques Trade Gazette.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put it in Trace. It could take quite a long time, but sometimes, all of a sudden, something surfaces.
The gang are discussing how they might be able to claim Dalrymple's reward. But there's a problem.
My experience over a lifetime is there's always a policeman hanging about, but there's a reward to be paid, or money's changing hands. They are the greatest. They are the greatest coppers of reward money known.
Yeah, they got their
They're always there, don't we? Yeah. Get their fingers in it.
In money matters of this size, everybody can be corrupted, and you can be the patsy.
Yeah.
But there's...
Well, let's see what ideas he's got. That's what I want to do.
He wants it more than we want it.
Look, he's
So-
obviously thought of a way
Yes.
that he's going to get the painting and give the reward.
Yeah.
Pay the reward. Isn't it? So, and if we don't like it, we say, no, we don't want that.
Well, he's gonna
Let him come up with a fucking idea.
While the criminals don't want to get arrested, the insurance company have other concerns. Hiscox Limited are the specialists in fine art insurance. On the top floor, the chairman and founder of the company, Robert Hiscox, is a man who doesn't like to give his money to criminals.
They steal the paintings, think they're going to sell them easily, and then if they discover immediately they can't, which they nearly always can't because paintings are unique and well documented, they then come to us, and it's basically effectively just a ransom. And of course to us we have the moral conflict. The great problem is we'd love to get it back. So we can pay just a few thousand to get it back, but we must not, because once we do that we're breaking the law, we're aiding and abetting a crime in some way, but also it would encourage other people.
We do need a plan.
The plan is to let Mark do some negotiations.
Dalrymple, I was supposed to ring you. It's concerning a painting.
Right.
Yeah.
And you was talking about the reward for it.
Yeah, we've got rewards on quite a lot of things at the moment.
Well, this is a
which one do
painting
you know
that went
about?
missing from the British Design Centre in Islington.
Oh, yeah.
What have you got in mind, then?
Well, we'll have to talk about that because it depends on how we get it back.
Yeah, well, you see, you're not talking to the informers side of stuff. You're talking about the actual people who did it.
So, how do I know you've got it?
We'll show you a photograph, and I'll
Yeah.
show you a paper with a date on it at the side of the photograph.
Okay, I'll
In
tell
the
you what
painting.
I really want, though. I want you to tell me what's written on the back of it.
Okay, I'll tell you that as well.
Yeah, because there'll be a label on the back.
Yep.
And I want to know exactly what's written on that label.
Yes, we'll give you that. I'll give you that information.
Because photographs you can get from websites, all sorts of things like that.
Okay. Well, I'll get that for you.
Yeah.
And let you know what's there. There's no label on the back of it.
Right. Well, there'll be a number written on it somewhere.
Just ask
There'll be a
Mark
reference on the back somewhere
The
about
number
something
written on
to
the
do
back
with it.
somewhere.
Have you got it there right now?
Yes.
You have you?
Yep.
Right. And is there a signature on the front of the picture?
The signature's on the front, yes.
Yeah. And what's the signature say?
Well, if we did have the
Can you
signature.
read
in
it?
there. I can't read it, but what is that signature on it?
Hello.
I can phone you back with these deals, okay?
Okay. Are you
All
going
right.
to give me a name?
I'll give you a name, yeah, Freddie.
Freddie.
Okay?
All right, Freddie. I'll wait to hear from you.
Cheers, all the best.
Thanks. There's no way we can do anything with this fellow within the law. He's not after a reward. These guys are criminally handling. And we can't do what I've just suggested to him that we could do.
Yet Dalrymple has no intention of abandoning negotiations for this painting. He wants to lay a trap for the gang, but the criminals are already looking for a way round it.
Say there is like an intermediary we agree with and they agree with. Can you do it that way? Say like someone, they say, well, yeah, we agree on him, and that guy's got the money, and he had the painting.
Well, you're talking about looking at someone that is trustworthy to both sides.
Yeah.
Someone that can be.
Yeah,
yes, well, that's a rare commodity.
Well, say it was a lawyer.
Even rarer.
Well, if they appointed the lawyer, and we agreed on it.
Well, I'll tell you what we could do then. All we can say, let them pick the lawyer, and if something does go wrong, then we're going to hold that lawyer to account, physically.
So will Dalrymple go for their lawyer idea?
A lawyer? That is an interesting prospect.
We ought to have some guarantee when you're looking at that painting that you're going to hand over the money and you ain't going to call the other people in.
Yeah. Well, in that sort of event, we could set up an arrangement whereby a lawyer is the stakeholder on this.
Yep.
And
He's an intermediary between the two of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he wouldn't be breaking no law, would he?
Well, the only law... we'll have to look into that with our lawyers, I think.
Mm-hmm. Will you tell me about 2 or 3 days?
Yeah. Give me 3 days, if you will.
Yep, okay. If I have to get in touch, I'll get in touch with you, all right?
All right, Freddie.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.
Good. Good.
What's he offering?
He thinks that he can involve a lawyer on it, which is ideal as far as we're concerned, because we can now go to the police. We can set up a sting in a lawyer's office. We can show the money. It won't be any more than showing it in a suitcase. The picture is going to, in some form or other, get delivered to that lawyer. Yeah?
Mm.
And then
once you've got
we
both
keep
on
the money and the
premises, you
picture.
just,
I'm not.
The Freddie
Mr.
picture is
Dalrymple
too
seems to
simple.
me to be a little bit too smooth. A little bit too smooth for my liking.
I've never known anyone to have any joy out of paintings. There's very little joy out of stealing works of art.
Peter's wariness is based on experience. Having been trying to go straight as a tennis coach for nearly a decade, the temptation of one last art heist brought him back. When this Picasso was stolen by a friend of his, Peter offered to help find a buyer, but was lured into a police sting operation. At the age of 68, he was sent to prison. But even as he was arrested, he was playing the gentleman thief to the last. quoting this piece of poetry at the arresting officer.
In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeons of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. How many of us can say that? If they're going to recover the painting, there's got to be a body come with it. Someone has got to suffer.
If we get the money...
As you know, I suffered for the Picasso. I've got it down to a fine art.
It's up to you. Like, you want to cancel it in?
No, you're not cancelling. We haven't...
Well, you can't say if the man's too smooth for you, you don't like it, that's it, forget it.
So he's got it. Do you trust this fella?
I trust nobody.
As villains, we'll go on gut instincts, don't we? Peter, you lived on the gut instinct trail all your life, haven't you?
Yes.
So has Joe, so have I. And down to sheer intuition, I don't fancy the guy. And what's the point in taking a chance?
Right.
If it means one of us getting it, I'd rather just burn the painting.
So would I. Okay.
Right.
And with that, the negotiations collapsed. In practical terms, the only people to benefit from this crime were those at the Business Design Centre, who were actually glad to have a loophole pointed out.
We've put in a number of new cameras around the building, and also we've sealed the window where they got in, and we've sealed it to the extent that you'll never get in there again. I was 95% confident that they wouldn't get away with it, and they proved me wrong. But to be fair, they did very well.
What would have happened to the painting is less clear. For the immediate future, it would remain in criminal hands. But the insurance people will tell you that ultimately it would turn up. Perhaps years from now it could be used as a pawn in some criminal game of betrayal. But for now, the view from the bandstand would remain like thousands of other stolen paintings, hidden somewhere with nowhere to go. As for Peter Scott, having stolen millions of pounds worth of valuables, he now lives off a state pension. You're most likely to find him tending the rose garden in his local church.
When I look back now and think of what I did, I rather feel at the end of the day I wasted my life. It was really Alice in Wonderland. It seems to be really Walter Mitty plus. But when I was away in Ford prison with the Picasso fiasco, I built a beautiful dry stone wall, and I built a rose garden inside it. And I got an enormous amount of pleasure out of doing that. I was as near paradise as I could get. I knew for certain that Walter Mitty wasn't on my shoulder when I was doing that.